This one.
Thank you to Alistair Mann and to Michael Brown. So it is half-time, and despite City's dominance, they go in 1-0 at the break. I appreciate Ali Mann's reminding us there, of course, of many a comeback that Manchester City have had. Still joined in the studio by Nicky Weaver and by Paul Dickov. Paul, we'll get on to the wonder goal in a second, but what's your overall impression of that first 45? Or 51, indeed.
51, yeah. Look, I think we knew City were going to dominate. I think you've got to give Leyton Orient a lot of credit. You know, they're working their socks off, making it really difficult for us, but the quality we've got in our team, you would expect. I mean, how wrong were we? Our score predictions.
5 and 6-0.
Yeah, those score predictions at the start. So they won't panic yet, but you've got to give Orient a little bit of credit, Nick, haven't you?
I think so. They've put the bodies on the line. They've been compact. There's not been loads of space. The chances that City have had, apart from Mamouche's one near the end, they've not been clear-cut chances. It's always been man clearing off the line. So massive credit to Orient for that. But how long can they keep it going for? Because it's an almighty effort they've put in there in the first half, and you just get the feeling with the quality City have got, if they keep probing, keep getting the ball to Savinho, who's been excellent first half, then they're gonna create chances. And it's about taking chances, and hopefully we can create some second half and take some.
Because we have had chances in that first half as well. City was 76% of the possession, 13 shots, 4 on target. We've created chances.
We have, and it's just, like I said, getting blocks in the line. They're defending really deep, so when we're getting anywhere in and around the box, they've got bodies there. But Savinho's the one. He's been the outstanding player in the half. We said early doors that the left back was going to have a long old day, and it proves that way. Marmouche, I think his movement again has been fantastic, but we've got enough quality players out there on the pitch that they'll keep going. They won't let that worry them at all, and get a lot more chances second half.
I'm worried, Paul. I'm worried.
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Like Nicky said, Orient, the amount of effort they've put in that first half, as the second half goes on and on and on, they're going to tire a little bit. No disrespect to them, but the first thing that, when you're feeling tired on the pitch, that goes is you switch off mentally, and so just keep the possession that we're doing. As I said, enough quality players on the pitch, and to come off the bench to see you through in the second half.
Now, obviously, credit where credit's due always. We need to talk about the Leyton Orient goal, which is an absolute worldie of a goal. The best goal, I'm sure, that Jamie Donnelly won't but will have scored in his whole life. Of course, it will go down as Stefan Ortega own goal, because despite the incredible shot, it did end up bouncing off Ortega and going in. But let's give him all of the credit that he deserves, because, Nick, that was one heck of a strike.
Yeah, I think it was Ruben Diaz who poked it through to Nico, sort of got it caught under his foot and got the ball taken off him. And yeah, Donnelly there, he's obviously looked up, seen Ortega slightly off his line, but the margin for error was very little, and it's a great strike on his left foot. And he's judged it almost to perfection, and Ortega gets really unlucky. Comes off the crossbar, hits him on the backside and goes in. But credit to him for seizing the opportunity and executing what he wanted to do. And yeah, that really galvanised them, give them something to hold on to. Got the crowd involved, and yeah, but a great bit of play from him.
That is not too far from the halfway line. Paul, talk to me about what is going through his head. In 16 minutes into an FA Cup game against the Premier League champions, you've got the ball just outside the halfway line. What's going through his head that makes him think, I'm going to shoot?
It's instinctive more than anything else. I think if he probably has time to take a touch and actually think what he's going to do, he probably won't be able to execute it. But we were saying before about big defining moments in FA Cup games, and that's another one, regardless of the result today. That's going to be something that's there. I feel a little bit sorry for him. Stefan doesn't want the own goal, does he?
No.
And he wants to get the goal, but he's not going to get credited with it. So, but I mean, when we were watching it live, there was a bit of a silence, as if to go, wow, has he just really done that? So you've got to give him huge credit. And we're talking about all the individual fantastic players that we've got that can change games and moments, and it's a Leyton Orient player that brings that one bit of top-class quality in the half.
So it is 1-0, but City did have chances. So first chance came in the 10th minute. A Savio ball, who you've mentioned already, Nick, about how good he has been in that first half. This time it went to Gundogan in the middle, and he kind of scuffed it. And I feel like if he'd have struck it right, everything would be different.
Yeah, it's a good ball across. I think the defender's gone to clear it, sort of had an air shot and missed it, and it sort of surprised Gundogan, who sort of fluffed his lines at the back post there. So yeah, that was a big chance. If that goes in, you know, things would have been different, I'm sure. But yeah, they've had numerous chances throughout the half, and that was one of the biggest ones. And they've got to keep going, because they will get more chances, and Orient will tire. But it's you know, for Orient to get anything out of this game, they've got to ride the luck. The goalkeeper's got to make saves. Defenders have got to block and clear on the line, which they have done. So let's hope that City keep, you know, prodding and probing and find that breakthrough.
I'd say some of the other chances City have had, Paul, most of them will start with me saying Savio's ball. He had one for Silva, also one for Marmoush right before the end of that half as well.
Yeah, it was. And the one from Bernardo was unlucky. He's hit the target, beat the goalkeeper, but the defenders will get back, cleared it off the line. But the ball for Marmoush's chance was top class. You know, it's such a difficult thing to do, especially in a bobbly pitch. You know, and sort of it's outside of the left foot. Great ball, and people might say he's got to score, but when in that position you're stretching a little bit, all you do as a striker is when you hit the target. And the goalkeeper, to be fair to him, has made a save that he probably should make. I
think so, yeah. I mean, he's done everything right, Marmoush, hasn't he? He's come across, he's got a good service on it, he's hit it down into, you know, but as the goalkeeper come across, it's hit him on the inside, and it's a good save from the goalkeeper. But yeah, it perhaps we're a bit disappointed he didn't finish it, but I don't really know what more he could have done.
But lots of positive signs. There is some creating chances. It's not as if they've got everybody behind the ball and we're not really creating anything, you know. And I genuinely believe that as the second half goes on, there'll be a lot more chances there.
I don't mean for you to be Mr. Positive and me to be Mrs. Downer, but the other negative from that first half, of course, Nico went off in the 20th minute. We know that he was challenged in the build-up to their goal, and then we could see there was a challenge a couple of minutes later where one of the Orient players ended up on top of him, went off in the 20th minute, and Nick, I am praying and crossing everything that is precautionary. Let's
hope so. You know, I mean, unfortunate debut for him. He lost possession of the ball, got it stuck under his feet, and yeah, it just looked a real sore one. He looked in quite a bit of discomfort there. Let's hope it's nothing sinister and it is precautionary, and you know, in a few days is okay. But yeah, certainly, you know, I don't think he'll remember Leyton Orient too fondly from his first 20 minutes in English football.
Okay, so the sore ones when you get a bang in the hip like that, but hopefully being positive that it doesn't look as if it was muscular or he's overstretched. It's more of an impact injury, and sometimes they hopefully can settle down pretty quickly. Yes,
could they please settle down by Tuesday night? That'd be wonderful. We're going to head back over now to Brisbane Road to FG and Michael Brown.
Yes, welcome back to the Leyton Orient Stadium. Half-time, Leyton Orient 1, Manchester City 0. I mean, we'll start with the goal, shall we? I mean, it's a great effort, great attempt. He's got a little bit of luck on his side as well, and it's just an unfortunate one for Ortega.
Do you know what? Wherever you're watching football right around the world, this is pure quality. Jamie Donnelly, he has no right to take it on, left-footed. He just hits it from nowhere, and you're thinking that's going straight. And it was a really, really top strike. Stefan Ortega sort of backtracking, hits the top of the bar, drops down, the back of the heel takes it. But with that sort of quality, do you know, you can prepare, you can set up in games, but when that happens, you've got to hold your hands up. How do you react when the goal goes in? We have done that. Maybe a little bit of a slow start. As expected, they were going to turn you around, they were going to put you under pressure, but it sets it up nicely now. Now we know what they're about. Half-time, we have a little look at the situation, we come out and react.
When we look at the reaction from the team, I mean, the reaction was really good. We were having a lot of joy with the ball over the top in behind the defence, a couple of efforts, and also a great save from the keeper towards the end as well.
Yeah, but if you look, Steve, the one-on-ones, that's what we're trying to create, haven't we? Jack Grealish down the left-hand side, Savinio down the right, and it was that chance, wasn't it? He hits it so well that he checks with his like the outside or inside, and this one chance in particular to Marmoush, outside of the left foot, brilliant ball. Marmoush comes forward, does everything right, good connection, goalkeeper, a really big save with his left foot. That would have opened him up. Bernardo Silva, another great ball from Jack Grealish. All off the line. They are fighting for absolutely everything. I don't think they can keep this tempo up for much longer.
Yeah, they've been brilliant, Leyton Orient, in the first half, absolutely. But I mean, from a City perspective, not massively anything to worry about yet. We're creating chances, and I'm pretty certain it will come in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to play better. We've got to do more on the ball, be better in possession, more clinical, react better defensively. Nico, we lost as well, that injury around his hip. Hopefully he's okay. Bernardo Silva's had to come on. But, yeah, it's a test. This is what it's about. This is the FA Cup. But, yeah, this is where Pep is really, really good. Dressing room's just down to our left-hand side there. The detail, all of that will be given to him, and you expect a much quicker, more dominant second half.
Yeah, we will look forward to seeing you at full time, but for now it's Leyton Orient 1, Manchester City 0.
Thank you, FG and Michael Brown. At least we are not getting soaked like they are. The weather down there looks horrendous. OK, so looking into the second half, it's obviously City continue to create chances, Paul, but we need to start taking them.
We do, and I think Brownie touched it there, maybe move the ball a little bit quicker at times. Talking about Savinho, try and get Jack in the game a bit more. The first 10-15 minutes, he's seen a lot of the ball that caused them problems, and you know, when teams are defending so sort of compact and tight like that, you need to use your wide men. And the quality we've got out wide. So yeah, just once we get the chances, obviously, it goes without saying, stating the obvious, put them away.
Nick, if the scoreline stays like this, at what point are you considering bringing on Kevin?
Listen, you've got unbelievable bench there, so they've got the big guns if they need them. I think key word is patience. It doesn't have to happen in the first 10 minutes of the second half. One thing I'd like them to see do shoot a bit more. I think they've turned down. I think McAtee turned down.
Two or three times,
edge of the box. They're trying to sort of score a perfect goal. Have a shot. It might take a deflection. Pitch doesn't look great. It's obviously wet and windy. So yeah, listen. I'm sure if it gets to 60, 65 minutes and Pep's not happy with what he's seeing, it might bring Kevin on to maybe open them up. But yeah, the longer it goes and it stays the same, Orient will, get more nervy. Like Paul says, you might switch off for 1 second and hopefully we can capitalise on it. But listen, a long way to go. Orient have done great, but the big question is how long can they keep it going for?
Yeah, just quickly talk to me about that, Paul, in terms of the trying to explain to us the differences in the fitness levels between a Premier League player and a League One player in terms of this game.
I don't think there's, as in general fitness, there's that much of a difference. It's just that the Orient players wouldn't, week in, week out, they're not coming up against a team where they're constantly chasing the ball and constantly the mental fatigue side of it as well, and switching on, the nervous energy that Nicky spoke about before the game, and it tends to drain you when you're chasing the ball all the time. Then they're so conscious about when they're breaking with the ball, about sprinting to get back into shape. That's not a thing that'll happen to them week in, week out. They'll usually go out. Richie spoke about it before the game, and they'll have their structure how they want to play, and they'll stick to that, and that'll be it. But they won't go through the mental side of it and the physical side of it, chasing the ball, that they do against a team like Man City.
So I'm just going to take a little left turn now and just bring some positivity to the conversations. I just want to quickly mention, of course, the women, because this week our women's team made the final of the Subway League Cup. Talk about positivity. After a really difficult game against Arsenal at the weekend, they played them again on Thursday night at Arsenal, and of course they won. Absolute worldies from Mary Fowler in that game, into the final of the League Cup. This is, I just need to watch this for a minute and just feel some positivity, Nick, because this is just great news.
That's a great strike. That's right in the top corner. Case it have a feet, bang. No goalkeeper saving that.
Not even Weaver saving that.
Certainly not these days.
So this is the 95th minute of the game, the last kick of the game. Great. Hello, Mary Fowler. Hello, League Cup final. What a way to finish the game.
And she's on fire at the minute, isn't she? Assisting, scoring lots of goals, and that'll be a nice little bit after the result last Sunday to go down there and get through to the final as well. And but Mary's been sensational since she came here, but as of late she's really stepped up, and great quality with both feet. We spoke about, can play wide, can play through the middle, and she's a great finisher. Yeah,
with the injuries to Lauren and Bunny, she's really stepped up this season. Just absolute world class from her. So, busy women's schedule coming up. The women play tomorrow in the FA Cup 5th round against Leicester. That is here. 12. I forget the kick-off time. 2 o'clock kick-off time. And then the final of the League Cup, the 15th of March, that's at Pride Park. That is a 12:15 kick-off. That is when City will play. Oh, we've got to go. Right, back over now to Alistair Mann. Commentary on City Plus. We'll be back at full time where hopefully we're talking about a comeback and no giant killing. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Natalie. City have made a change at half-time. They have brought on